And this is what happened to them. And this is what will happen to every intruder that tried to violate.
And that was the last time he was seen.
Oh no.
If it's Boeing, I'm not going.
That's it.
You're fired. Go home. Get off. What a beautiful bird, and so well preserved, still on the insides. That's better than serene air. The land of aviation, Pakistan.
Oh yeah.
So guys, beautiful good morning from the aviation capital of Pakistan. I am in Karachi and I'm here for 2 days to check out a few aviation related things. I'm going to visit the crash site of the PIA flight from last year. We're going to go to the Aviation Museum where the shot down Indian MiG-21 is kept as well, or at least what's left of it. And then we're going to see one of the biggest airplane model collections in the world. We're going to go spotting, we do all kinds of things. So I think it's going to be very entertaining. So if you love aviation, this vlog is going to be for you. So let's do that. Let's explore Karachi. All good?
Yeah. Hello.
Everything fine? So, and off we go. Today we are joined by Harris, we all know, from the blog. And off we go. First stop is the PIA Crash site. We are off to the PIA Crash site where the crash happened in, I think it was May last year? Yeah, and we are joined by Shaji, you are, who are you, what are you doing?
I am an aviation enthusiast in Pakistan, and I'm really into aviation photography, and we have formed a group called Plane Spotters Pakistan, which aims to unite all of the plane spotters of Pakistan under one roof.
So pretty much you love airplanes just as much as I do.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Alright, so he's gonna be our man for the day. I'm on a tank right now. The airport is just over there. So before we go to the crash site, we're just waiting for the Emirates 777, which is arriving in like 2-3 minutes. I have a very interesting fact. The code of Emirates EK comes from Emirates Karachi because that's the very first flight they started back in the 80s. So you learned something new today. See ya, bye. Thank you. So we're literally just turning into the neighborhood where the plane came down.
Many of those on board a Pakistan International Airlines plane were flying home from Lahore to celebrate their Eid holiday. To land the second time, the Airbus A320 crashed into homes in a crowded residential neighborhood.
So here we are. This is like the main crash site of the PIA accident which happened last year of the Airbus A320, which the circumstances are still not very clear what happened, but it had an attempted landing where they didn't lower the gear. They almost went for belly when it went for go around, and on a second attempt it experienced an engine failure and it came down right here. And as you can see, the facade of the house is still damaged. You can see there was a lot of fire. Literally the wings clipped when the fuselage dropped here on the street. And a lot of like buildings, as you can see, have been renovated, but there's still a lot of marks from that fire and the massive impact this plane had. Like an Airbus A320 weighs around 50 tons, probably even more with all the passengers. Around 150 people died. There was only 2 survivors, and quite a tragic moment, which brought a lot of scandals to the to light as well, with the fake license issue here in Pakistan. So if we can take anything good from this accident, it is probably the fact that the authorities went into seeing which pilots have proper licenses and who don't, in order to make flying safer for all of us.
And then the aircraft, the fuselage actually inverted and fell upside down inside the street. So this is where the front portion of the aircraft would have been, and this is where the co-pilot was actually thrown out at the front of the street. The cockpit was around this area, and then the fuselage goes down to the ground. They're still up. Even the worst shaped house over here, it still hasn't collapsed.
Yeah.
So it's that's
Well,
why they were.
it says a lot about Pakistani engineering. They can withstand. Well, there are some houses in this world that haven't withstood direct impact, but that's a different story.
So yes, PIA did pay the victims for the reconstruction of their houses as well. They offered, I think, 6 months of rent.
6 months of rent.
6 months of rent, yes.
And they are going to renovate it for free.
Yeah, they're renovating it for free as well.
Just right behind this wall is a school which was very busy. They had classes at the time of the impact. So imagine the airplane would have stalled just a few seconds later. It would have come down directly on the school, which would be an even bigger tragedy. So what is Karachi known for? Why do people have to come to Karachi other than aviation? Food.
Food,
Yeah.
and secondly the beaches. Yes, the beaches are very nice. Not in Karachi, but just like 1 hour drives away from Karachi. Yes, definitely.
And what dish do you have to try here? I got like messages where people said try the street food or whatever.
Everything is good here, but biryani is obviously one of the best.
Yeah.
And then you can have kadai as well, which is very good over here. The good thing about here is there's a lot of diversity.
Paratha. How do you call it? Paratha, right?
Paratha.
Paratha. Yes. So that's the dish you have to try when you come to
At Boat Basin, yes. At
Yeah?
the specific restaurant.
at this restaurant. What is it called?
It's called the Kheba.
Kebab. So if you come to Karachi, and then which one is your favorite? The beef, the chicken,
Chicken
Bobby?
cheese.
Chicken cheese paratha?
Oh yes.
Yeah?
Oh yes.
That's the one to go for? Okay. So now I know.
Barbecue cheese or chicken cheese.
Very good.
पानी अपना लाए ना?
That's the worst thing in Pakistan. They never let you pay.
Yes, they're not taking it.
Take it.
It's a safe
Please.
city in Pakistan.
He's making up rules that in Karachi you never pay.
You three are our guests, so we won't let you pay.
Take it. Take it. Have it.
Once I take it, I will not return.
No, I keep it.
So it's an experience.
That's better than Serene Air. Fully flat. Harris, are you going to take a camel? Yes.
Let's see.
You can choose. Either you ride the camel or you fly back on Serene Air.
I'll choose the camel.
Okay, there you go.
Why is angry now?
I'm already feeling bad for this camel. Live it. The British all mixed.
So we are at the Aviation Museum here in, or Military Aviation Museum in, where are we? Karachi.
Yes.
Karachi. And here is also the leftover of that Indian plane that got shot down. So let's go and find it. So there are mainly military planes. I don't know whether you're into them. We have the Starfighter, the Widowmaker, which was in service with the German army. We got a MiG-19, I think it is. Super Sabre. Yeah. And some big bombs. Alright, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. Come and ask. And girls wanted to have a selfie. Probably not because they know who I am, just because I'm white.
Yes, of course.
It's an AN-26.
And Antonov 26. Yeah. To get into Soviet airplanes, here is an Antonov 26. But it's not airworthy anymore. So the Antonovs which you see here, these are Russian planes that defected to Pakistan. So they landed here in the territory and have been seized, and now they're here on display.
During the 1965 war, the Indian Air Force was so terrified of this supersonic fighter that this guy got disorientated and he landed on a Pakistani airfield.
Alright.
Then subsequently he was taken as prisoner of war, and this particular aircraft was the active aircraft in the Indian inventory. And this is lying here as a war trophy.
Alright. So this is actually an Indian airplane.
This is an Indian
that
airplane.
landed in Pakistan, and
yes.
the pilot was captured.
Yes.
He was sent home.
repatriated subsequently with the other prisoners of war. But this aircraft is with us. This is his helmet. This is Poland Nat aircraft. This was an air superiority fighter.
Alright, you take a double selfie. I take a selfie and you take a selfie.
Okay.
Yes. You see, he's here also. It's his actual paraphernalia.
Me and my war trophy. I do need to apologize to all my Indian subscribers, but there we go.
On the September 1st, the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Noor Khan, ordered personally, and then he ordered him personally on the comms that you should go to Amritsar and do a supersonic pass over the Amritsar air base. And he did so. When he came back to Sargodha, the All India radio was reporting that six PF Sabres have bombed the Amritsar airfield. This aircraft without dropping a single bomb. The sonic boom had terrified them so much that the All India radio reported.
This is the DC-3, right?
No, this looks like a DC-3, but this is actually the Vickers Viking. Yeah, and you can say this is like Quaid-e-Azam's Air Force One.
Okay.
This was exclusive for the Governor General of Pakistan. That's Quaid-e-Azam.
So now we're boarding the Air Force One of Pakistan, thanks to our friend. Look at this.
So it's all original, everything the same as it was back then. The lights, the telephone, the sofas.
And this is it. This is the flight deck here.
Wow.
Incredible.
We ran out of runway.
Harris, can you hear me? Captain Harris?
Make a video also. Where is Harris?
Harris, where are you when I need you? I was calling you. I was calling you.
I did not get the ring, I'm sorry.
You're fired.
Go home.
Get off. The parachute's on the back. Get one, get out the plane.
Actually, you don't need no parachute. You can just jump out of the airplane. Maybe at 30,000 feet. These sticks.
Thank you to giving us access to such a beautiful, historical, probably one of the most historical planes in this country. So that means really a lot to me. I mean, I'm sitting right here where your head of state, or the founder of your nation, right? The father of your nation was flown around on this historical plane.
There are actually a few videos as well.
Thank you so much for making it possible.
No worries, Josh. Don't worry.
As an aviation geek, this is amazing. I've never sat on the captain's seat of a Air
hang
Force
on.
One.
You're still missing something. Wait.
All right, of course, safety first. Safety first. Sorry, guys, for not being buckled up, but there we go. I'm just announcement to all my subscribers. Please hit that like button.
It's probably it's a shoe rack.
So it passes the Louvre review.
And
Alright, we're disembarking the Air Force, or the Pakistani One. Quite an impressive airplane, like, considering that they used to fly that back in the 60s. Very comfortable. Thank you so much.
So I just wanted to quickly interrupt the video at this point, because the scenes that are following might be upsetting to some viewers, especially from India. So I want you to know that there is the Pakistani version of events, there is the Indian version of events, and usually there is the truth. So me as a YouTuber, I visit those countries and I listen to people and I showcase what my visit is all about, and this is what I do in this very case as well. And I hope very soon I can visit India when the borders open and I can hear your side of the story, which I'm willing and happy to showcase just as much as I did this story. I find it very interesting and I would like to hear and see what you have to say about all this in the comment section below. Now let's continue with the video.
This is the Operation Swift Retort Gallery. As you know, Operation Swift Retort, it was conducted by the Pakistan Air Force in February 2019. As you know, we had some border tension with India. They had blamed us for a terrorist attack. We went for a retaliatory airstrike, and that airstrike is known as the Operation Swift Retort. While returning from those strikes, airplanes were chased by the Indian Air Force, and 2 of the Indian planes were shot down. One of them was the Su-30 MKI. That is a 4+ generation aircraft, and the other one was the MiG-21 Bison. This is the MRAM missile that was used for both of the kills. Like, both aircraft were shot down by this missile. This is fired from the F-16, and this is Wing Commander Noman Ali Khan, and he was piloting this particular airframe, 92731. He managed to shoot down Wing Commander Abhinandan, and he earned for himself the Sitara-e-Jurrat. This is the 3rd highest gallantry award in Pakistan. Squadron leader Hassan Siddiqui, he's also Wing Commander now. He earned Tamga-e-Jurrat, and he was piloting this particular airframe, 84606. By using this MRAM, he shot down the Su-30, and this is a Falcon Da-20 aircraft. This created kind of a bubble of electronic jamming. That in that bubble of electronic jamming, the Indian Air Force assets were unable to predict, were unable to track and lock onto the Pakistani assets who were coming in for the strike, and those who subsequently shot down the Wing Commander Abhinandan and that Su-30 MKI. And right there you can see Wing Commander Abhinandan's stuff.
This is a survival knife, a machete, survival kit with a torch and a few batteries, first aid.
This is the actual wreckage of Wing Commander Abhinandan's MiG-21 Bison that was shot which was shot while trying to violate the Pakistan's airspace. A night prior, they had attempted, we denied. The day after, they tried to come, and this is what happened to them. And this is what will happen to every intruder that tried to violate.
So what you see here in the background, this is the MiG-21 that was shot down during the conflict 2 years ago. They have it here on display, as well as his uniform, and there's some more wreckage over here. So people can come here to the museum and have a look at that operation that was conducted 2 years ago.
Josh, as for the DME,
He's just come back from a flight, right? Yeah.
So guys, good morning. It's day number 2 here in Karachi. Thought I'd give you a quick little tour. I just got some Dunkin' Donuts, my morning coffee. Got a lovely little living room here. That's our kitchen. That's our chef, Hassan. Hassan, thanks for the nice breakfast.
Oh yes, welcome.
You shouldn't be doing the dishes.
Oh come on, it's alright.
Who cooks doesn't do the dishes, right? That's right. I should do the dishes actually, but I thought I'd give you a quick little tour. That's my room, very messy, as you can see. The boys are over there. Here's our breakfast table, and then we have also a little veranda. And there we go. Oh my god, it's very hot out here. Like, it's like only 10 AM and it's like super hot. And there's no handle here. How about now open this? Alright. So apparently this model guy has over 3,000 airplane models? Approximately, which is probably one of the biggest collection in all of Asia.
In Asia.
Yeah, so we're gonna check this out. Let's see which planes he has there. I'm sure your favorite airline is among those models as well. So, but now, for now, let me finish my coffee and my donuts. Harris, can I tell you something?
Sure.
If it's Boeing, I'm not going.
That's sad.
We're stuck.
Guys, perfect start to the day.
The cleaners came
Good start.
and locked from the outside.
Perfect start, perfect.
Are we vlog? Is this a vlog off?
A vlog of a vlog.
We're in a vlog off. Harris, do something about it.
I'm closing the door.
PA, that's my PA by the way, this is Harris. He works for me for free. We're free. It's really hot today, right? Really hot today.
Your office is far?
And look at those two boys not wearing their seat belts. Be like Josh, not like Harris.
Be a Pakistani, don't wear it.
Be a Pakistani. Don't wear a seat belt.
Seat belts, they are not even accessible, you see?
Look at all the fish. I would not eat that. So what you see here in the background is a old 747-300 of Pakistan Airlines, which obviously is not operating anymore, but they turned it into a restaurant, right? No restaurant? Event space. So if you want to have a birthday party and you love the 747, that you can probably kind of hire, rent this place, and then you can have your birthday party inside the old bird. So they removed all the seats. The flight deck is still intact, but all the interior has been removed. You sometimes have a chestnut overtaking you. What's the plane doing here on the street?
It's normal here. It's normal over here.
Ah, okay.
There are houses around.
The land of aviation, Pakistan.
Oh yes.
Great.
After that they went out of business. So these are the Beech 1900Cs that are now abandoned over here.
Why, Harris? Why?
I don't know, I personally like the Beechcraft.
Yeah?
Any kind of
The
Beechcraft.
Beechcraft boy?
So,
King Air,
Or
C-42.
Boeing boy?
Well,
In Colombia, they smuggle drugs on this airplane.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Not over here.
Not over Not over here. Not over here. No. Say no to drugs.
That's the official answer.
That's the official answer. And that was the last time he was seen.
Oh no.
It's a very notorious airplane. I guess everyone knows what there's. And right now here we have a Twin Otter. This one can go where the sun doesn't shine. So when you go to Lucca, those are the planes that are operating it. Beautiful aircraft. All right, now we are allowed to board the Twin Otter. Never been in one actually. Oh, look at this. Nice. It looks very, very modern, very new.
And they use it to travel to their places, you know, gas mines, coal mines, oil mines, etc.
Well, you need to have a very difficult circus,
The airfields over there are not the best maintained.
Yeah.
So this is the most rugged aircraft that can go there.
Exactly.
As proven
In Lucca many times.
in Lucca, yeah.
That's true. What you see right here, this is a Fokker 27, and this is the plane that used to fly to Gilgit. You remember my trip on the ATR 42? So that is the plane that used to operate those flights. So our next stop is probably Asia's biggest airplane model collection, which we're going to check out, right? Have you seen it yet?
Yeah. He's like my friend. We hang out all the time.
Okay, perfect. Very interesting. Okay, let's see.
Ramada is not special. We have to ask for permission.
Alright, thank you. I told you, Karachi is a city of aviators. Everywhere you go, you see 747s, and right here, this one is a very special one. It's a 720. So based on the 707, but that's an alternate version which can land on shorter runways and was designed for shorter flights. And it's sitting right here. It used to be in service with PIA, and look at this beauty. I can't think of another place where you can find this beautiful aircraft. My boss, how are you, boss? Nice. You have a beautiful airplane. I'm very good. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Engineer.
So we just asked him if he can go inside and have a look of the cabin or what's left of there, and he said, yeah, no problem. We won't tell anyone about the little bribe we paid, right? This is so beautiful. Oh my god. Wow. Amazing. You are right. Karachi is the aviation capital of Pakistan. And then look at all the eagles. That is beautiful. A very special moment. I get to board this beautiful aircraft. My first time actually on the 707. So here's the flight deck, which is incredible.
Which that aircraft by the other side.
Wow. Look at this. So the flight engineer would sit here. Yes. You still had one back in the days. For obviously pilot, first officer is the beginning of modern aviation. It all started with this bird pretty much 60 years ago.
Yes.
And here we go, the business class economy. There you go. So this is what it really looked like back in the days. There was no overhead compartments. You would literally drop your bag here and you would hope when you land it wouldn't fall on your head. If you have flown a 707 back in the days, let me know what it was like and whether any luggage dropped from the baggage. But this is incredible. I mean, look at the leg room here as well. That is like in the days when flying was still comfortable, I'd say, at least in economy class. I mean, there are airlines still today which have a lovely economy class, but also there's no in-flight entertainment. I wonder what those seats are like, whether this is for the crew or whether this is like a premium economy or business, I don't know. But here was the galley, so everything was prepared here. This is a coffee machine, I think, and then the food was heated up here. This might be the jump seat for the crew. Yeah, lavatories. I'm not brave enough to give you a loo review. I don't think it's gonna look too good here. But yeah, here's the other door. That is...
This place, this TV screen, is where they used to show the movies of PIA movies and old Star movies.
Is this the actual screen they had on this plane?
No. It was installed afterwards, and because it was preserved over here, people used to pay tickets for it, ticket prices for it, and then they installed the screen. People would be seated over here, and then they would see movies over here. Oh, right. And then they have this whole air conditioning unit over here as well.
Yeah, I saw that as one. So this is it. This was the recline situation back then, not too bad. I think the seats are quite narrow, but what stands out for me is the legroom situation here, which is very, very generous. And this is not even an emergency exit row. I don't know whether this is the original configuration they used to have, but the legroom is amazing. Also the padding, it's really nice. I mean, it's a bit smelly here, but still. And you were, back then, you were allowed to smoke on the plane. So this is why you have ashtrays here. Wow. Unfortunately, there's no 707s flying anymore. So this was it. That was a very nice and very special visit to this old 707. What a beautiful bird, and so well preserved still on the inside. So as well as the flight deck, that's incredible. I'm absolutely amazed. What a treat. All right, we got access. Yay, that was amazing. Lovely. Have you been inside?
It's my first time.
Your first time.
Yeah, it was my second time. They opened the hot knob here now. Just behind this guy. Send me the location.
So I said we're gonna make a visit to the friend that has this massive model collection, and I found this one here, which is a TriStar. That was the very first flight, the very first plane I took. It was, I think it was 1991. LTU, they don't fly anymore. They were then bought by Air Berlin, and most of their planes, and this one has been retired for quite some time. So there's no TriStars flying anymore these days, but this is the very first plane. That's what got me started. That's what started my passion for aviation. I'm like so happy to see this plane here. It's beautiful. Look at it. What a gem. Lufty.
Yeah.
If you ever want, if you want to get rid of that,
Josh can take it if you want.
Yeah.
These were from a travel agency and even an MEA Concorde.
Oh, nice. Was there such a thing? An MEA Concorde?
These were marketing models when
all
the
right,
Concorde was
yeah,
new.
exactly,
Gave them to all the airlines. Yeah. Again, all restoration.
Air Mauritius, no way. My mom is from the Czech Republic, so this is also like a beautiful model. Beautiful memories. Syrian Air, I mean, that was my plan initially this year to fly Syrian Air's Airbus A340. Lufthansa, Gulf Air, it's incredible, everything. Iran, Saudia, Hong Kong, Iraqi Airlines, the 747, that's still flying, but I was just told it's parked at the moment. Look at it, TAC Angola, 747, you probably remember my flight in TAC. Slovakia, 747, Nigeria Airways. And I also found my favorite airline, Oman Air. I think this is a 310 or is it 300? There you go. I think that was the time when Oman Air was still good. So yeah, for my Indian followers, Indian Airlines, which then merged with Air India, they no longer are. Look beautiful. Here, 737-200. Oh, another favorite of mine. Salmon Air, the airline that I can't pronounce. Salmon. Salmon Airlines. 737. Here also, this is also very interesting. This is the 777-200, the MRD. This is the one that got shot down by Russian rebels. That's what I'm gonna say, over Ukraine. So what we have here is a PIA 707, and apparently, I mean, it's kind of still disputed, but it's the very first jet that was operating in Asia. I know Air India is claiming that title as well, but yeah, this is pretty much how the jet time started here in Asia, the 707 of Pakistan Airlines. Or Air Zimbabwe. For example, Air Zimbabwe, the 767-200 is still operating today.
After my visit to Asia's largest model collection, I met up with Johnny Sadiq, Pakistan's most famous pilot, who shared his stories about snakes on a plane and how he landed his 707s with 2 engines on fire. Subscribe now to not miss out on this great interview.
That sounds like a movie, and I think there's a movie about it, which is badly rated, but maybe you want to share this story quickly with us as well.